Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of Roll 18 Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at God Mode. It is a game from Old School Games, published by Atlas. This is a $9.99 downloadable game from Steam, PSN, or Xbox Live. It is a run-and-gun, shoot, play with friends co-op kind of game. It's all about fun, it's cheap, it's accessible. It's pretty simplistic, but the graphics look pretty good, and I've had a lot of fun playing with friends online, even strangers. So let's hop in. I'm going to let you hear some of the dialogue. You have this cheesy narrator, because there's really no story. It just kind of gives you an overview of the game.
Oh, hello! Welcome to Hades! That's hell in a toga. I'm your spirit guide, and I'm here to help your worthless corpse navigate the underworld. So listen to me, and you might just survive.
Okay, so there you go. He's kind of the narrator throughout the game, so you're going to hear him here and there. Like I said, the developers have come out and said there's really no story. This is all action. It's all fun. Like I said, it's $10. It is designed, it's co-op focused for up to 4 players. I do find it's a lot more fun, a lot easier playing co-op. But I'm going to show you the game, I'm going to just jump in here and show you a single player game. So you get a couple different things. You got difficulty settings. I'm going to play on bronze because I'm terrible, and honestly it isn't that easy when you're playing by yourself. You got 5 different maps at this time. I'm sure if the game is successful they'll bring more. It's really just cosmetic. That's all it really changes. I haven't really noticed any huge strategy differences or any advantages or disadvantages of certain maps. There's some other details down here I'm going to go into at the end of the video. First I just want to jump in and show you some gameplay. It's my character with a stupid clown face. You unlock more cosmetic stuff as you play. At the beginning of every game there's a cheesy death sequence. The narrator tells you how you died, you don't actually see it, but it basically explains how you ended up a cadaver. Some of them are pretty funny, clever, some of them are kind of stupid. But I've played probably 10 different games and only had them repeat once. Let's take a listen.
That frozen lake looked so inviting, didn't it? All shiny and glistening and peaceful. Isn't nature beautiful? Only you were drunk, and it was only December, and I guess you forgot it takes, well, a month or 2 for the lake to really freeze? But don't worry, they should find your body nicely preserved in spring after they hack it free.
And that's it. That is the story, and like I said, those change every game to be a little fun. Typical PC shooter, you move with WASD, look around with the mouse, wheel changes weapons. I'm currently rocking a revolver and a submachine gun. There's a melee attack. You can also aim down sights. That is with your E key. You can remap it if you prefer to aim with your right mouse click. Right now it's default mapped to the melee. So like I said, there's only 5 maps, and it's pretty much the same thing. A bunch of monsters charge and you try and shoot them out and clear them out almost in waves. What gives this game replayability is this thing I'm going to run up to here in a minute called an oath. It's a form of a statue, and as you approach it, something randomly generates. Oaths are kind of fun because it really changes the game. It can make it more difficult on you. It can also make it more fun. I've had some as cheesy as all the skeletons wear party hats, and I've had infinite bullets. I've also had God mode where I literally am invincible at certain points during the map. As you look around here, the environments are pretty nice for a $10 title. I mean, it's not ugly, it's not hard to look at. You'll see that green glowing pop-up down there. Green happens to be ammo, excuse me. And red is health, and blue is armor. If you look at the top left screen, you can see my health and armor are currently at 100%. The gun I'm using right now is new. I just unlocked it. It's a revolver. As you can tell, it's pretty powerful. Only has 6 bullets like a revolver, though. So far, I kind of like it. Let's take a look at the submachine gun. Okay, so this guy here, we definitely want to get rid of the mage guy. As you can imagine, the waves and enemies get more difficult the farther into the waves you go, and farther into the map you go. I'm going to run back up here. There is no jump in the game. If you hold space, it's a sprint. If you tap it, it's a dodge roll. So here's the various power-ups I was talking about. You can see my ammo up in the top right corner. Let's just top off here. These green doorways mean you're entering another section, and I think we'll see our first oath here. So see this broken statue directly in front of me right here. As I approach it, you're going to see the random oath that is chosen and how it affects this particular match.
Book.
So book. Alright, this is a pretty straightforward one. I just get an experience boost. Obviously when I approach that, it triggers these enemies. And believe it or not, this is kind of it. You're going to run around the map. You can see various health and armor and reloads all over the map. There's kind of a boss fight at the end of the maps I'm finding. It's a lot of kiting, a lot of dodging. I have the pop-ups here, see so my armor's low. I'm going to run up here. There's some resource management. Obviously you don't want to collect all these if you don't need to, because they don't respawn throughout the game. Once in a while characters will drop them. But what I'm going to do now is, since we only got a little bit of time, I'm going to exit back to the main menu, show you a look at the customization, progression of things of that nature. If you notice here, it isn't easy, like I was saying. It is kind of difficult when you're playing by yourself. However, if you have multiple players in here, all these guys have more than one target to focus on. So there's a death. You can see up in the top right corner my lives, if you want to call them that. You run out and you lose the match. This big glowing here, this is a coin. This is gold used to unlock additional things in the progression menus. So here, let me just quit out here. Exit to the main menu. So the game honestly is fun. If you're playing with a bunch of friends especially. My only complaint is if you play in a public match, there's no option to mute other people's mics. And that's kind of frustrating because you get that Yahoo who's playing some terrible music you never want to hear. Or you get some little kid who just won't shut up. So let's jump in here and look at the progression though. So I showed you the difficulties. So here are some of the oaths. These are neat because this also makes it more challenging. You can okay, so right now it's deactivated, but this one in particular, for example, enemy attacks cause poison damage, but I get a bonus. So it makes my enemies more difficult, but I get a bonus in experience and gold. This one is warrior, permanent ability cooldown. Thief, player has no armor. And the interesting thing is yes, I can activate one, or I can make it activate all of these, and it gets quite ridiculously difficult. But that adds, as you get to the higher levels and unlock the stronger weapons, I could see where those would make the game more interesting. So you have some small RPG elements. You start with a couple weapons, double barrel shotgun. I unlocked the revolver, shotgun, assault rifle, plasma pistol, minigun, crossbow, grenade launcher, railgun, and buzzsaw. You can see down here the requirements that you need to unlock them. The interesting thing though is, or the neat thing is, if you do find a gun you like, there's a modification button that allows you to increase the damage, the accuracy, the magazine obviously, and then the Olympian upgrade is only available if you upgrade every other aspect of it, but bullets penetrate enemies for this particular weapon. So that's something you play for, you grind for. You earn XP as you play, you earn gold as you play. There's also an appearance tab. These are purely cosmetic. I wouldn't recommend wasting any of your gold until you've unlocked everything else, because they have no effect on the game. I mean, it kind of repeats, like we had a pirate up there, now there's a mutant pirate, ooh. But if you're into that stuff, here's a mutant pirate, corpse pirate, gentleman pirate, patriot. Clown desperado, I mean, I don't know, they just had some fun things in the game. I imagine this developer would add more. You can customize your torso look. You know, you can go like a military look. Armor, shoulder pads, things of that nature. all in all, if you have a bunch of friends to play with and you like getting online, laughing, having a good time, I think this is a good buy for $10. But it can get repetitive and it can get old, but I don't enjoy public matches as much as I do with friends, but that's probably the case for most games. But I just want to thank you guys for taking a look, and leave a comment below if you like it. If you'd like to see more, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for your time.